Hi, I am Sir CJ, and welcome to the 45th session of Physics 9. This actually is going to serve as well as the last session for book number 23. That's why you can see here, meron na siyang multiple choices communicate na parang summative assessment on the principles of heat and work. All right. So but before that, of course, we're gonna be finishing up muna associate through a discussion about pyroelectric nanogenerators. Now, this session is going to sum up our efforts. Actually, parang conclude our efforts towards mastering the following learning competencies. The first among them is you should be capable by the end of this session to construct a model to demonstrate that heat can do work. And actually, we have had several discussions, we conducted several activities, and we had some assessments as well related to that already, okay, before this. And then the second learning competency naman is that you should be capable of inferring that heat transfer can be used to do work and that work involves the release of heat. Okay, so our talks about thermal efficiency, about heat engines, ayan, yung mga yan. We already had those discussions. We even emphasized them through several problem-solving activities so that you could infer as already that yun nga, heat transfer, pwede siyang gamitin to produce work and that kapag halimbawa merong work, it also involves the release of some kind of waste heat. And then the last naman na ating learning competencies that you should be capable of explaining why machines are never 100% efficient. Now, about the second learning competency, itong part ng session natin ngayon, itong about associate discussion, pyroelectric nanogenerators. Actually, meron tayong parang solution na ino-offer dyan about dun sa waste heat na na-mention natin dito sa second learning competency. Now, these two parts are going to be found sa pages number 18 to 19 of the 23rd book of the 4th unit ng 7E-based self-learning module in Science 9 which I wrote. Okay, so let me just clarify that that book which I am referring to, meron siya book talaga siya na sinulat ko, and pero yun nga, you won't find any printable version of that. And if you want to, you can always contact me naman through my socials. Okay, let's proceed. Pyroelectric nanogenerators, through these kinds of nanogenerators, waste heat, so yung kumbaga byproduct lang siya na heat, hindi talaga siya yung pinoproduce, pero dahil nagpo-function yung machine, nagpo-produce siya ng heat and therefore it's waste heat. That's coming from gadgets like computers, cell phones, and even from vehicles like cars and other forms of vehicles. Nako-convert yung waste heat na yon into electricity. Thermoelectric cells, the ones we mentioned dun sa previous books din natin or previous chapters, are special semiconductors that can generate electricity through a difference of temperature on either of its ends. So you can imagine them as cylindrical, maybe you can imagine them as cylindrical, wherein yung isang end at saka yung isang end, magkakaroon sila ng difference in terms of temperature. Okay, so halimbawa, mas malamig yung, mas lower yung temperature ng isang end at mas mataas yung temperature ng isang end. So we can expect na yung thermal energy magmo-move siya from one end dun sa end na mas mataas ang temperature towards the other end which is lower naman ang temperature. Because always remember na kapag ang pinag-uusapan ay thermal energy, kapag pinagdikit mo ang dalawang bodies, yung isa mas mainit, yung isa naman hindi, ang movement lagi is from the higher thermal energy to the lower thermal energy. So in this case, from the side that has higher thermal energy to the side with lower thermal energy. So kung nag-travel yung thermal energy from one side to the other, we can now say that work has been done, right? And that could be used to generate electricity. Now, kapag mas mataas yung pinagkaiba ng temperature, bawa, mas mainit yung isang end, habang mas umiinit yun, at mas malamig naman yung isang end, the greater the temperature difference, yung pinagkaiba nila in terms of temperature, mas mataas yung kuryente or yung current na mapoproduce nila. Now, another thing that we can talk about in this part of the session is cogeneration. This is a cogeneration power plant in the Philippines at gumagamit ito ng biomass. Now, what is cogeneration? Cogeneration refers to the production of both electricity and thermal energy from a heat source. Well, alam naman natin na ang electrical energy, kapag yan pinoproduce siya, ginagamitan talaga siya actually ng thermal energy at some points, 'di ba? Siguro at this point alam mo na, halimbawa, yung sabihin natin yung geothermal energy, 'di ba? Ginagamit 'yon para makagawa ng steam, tas yung steam, you know the story, right? Tas after nung thermal energy, magiging mechanical, tas magiging electrical energy siya. Well, kapag na-produce na yung electrical energy, we can still say na meron pa ring konting thermal energy na natitira. Kumbaga, pagdaan ng steam dun sa turbine, yung steam na yon, it still has some thermal energy. Ngayon, may mga concerns nga. Kapag daw nare-release kasi yung steam sa atmosphere, parang, yun nga, pinapainit din niya actually yung temperature dun sa area na yon. Kumbaga, it also serves as one of the parang greenhouse gases that are polluting the atmosphere. Well, in this case, in cogeneration, yung thermal energy na yon, hindi siya hinahayaang mag-escape entirely into the atmosphere or into the surroundings. Ang ginagawa ng cogeneration power plant is kinukuha niya ulit yung thermal energy na yon, tapos ginagamit niya ulit yon to generate more electricity. Kumbaga, kino-collect niya yon, tapos gagamitin niya to generate more electricity. Since ginamit naman siya nung una para makagawa ng electricity, why not collect it and use it again hanggang sa mag-diminish yung thermal energy, right? That's actually a really smart move, don't you think? Ayan, so the Thermax cogeneration plant that is right here sa figure 156, which I got from thermaxglobal.com, can power up the sugar factory and refinery na actually adjacent lang siya dito. Now, it can also contribute at some point pa to the green energy sources ng nearby areas nila. So hindi lang actually yung mismong refinery ng sugar o kaya yung factory ng sugar ang pina-power up ng ng Thermax cogeneration power plant. Pati actually yung mga nearby communities nila. Now, if you can hear some noise in the background, that was just parang clanking of ano. Pero I hope that I am making myself clear with this one. All right. So, we with this discussion about associate discussion on pyroelectric nanogenerators, I hope that you now know that through technological breakthroughs, meron actually tayong mga nagagawa to, kumbaga, take advantage of the waste materials na napoproduce natin and use them again, okay, to create something good. So ito nga energy yung waste material natin 'di ba? What more if hindi energy at matter halimbawa ang waste material natin, then I actually think, in my opinion baka mas madali pa actually i-recycle yon or i-reuse ang mga yon. Since energy could be reused, what more matter? All right. So we're almost done with this book. I'm now going to ask you to prepare a 1/4 sheet of paper and get a pen and answer the following questions. This is the last part. Communicate multiple choices, principles of heat, and work. Please select the letter of the correct answer. For item number 1, there is a great similarity between the first law of thermodynamics and one of the following options in terms of their statement on how energy is neither created nor destroyed, as it can be transformed from one form to another or can be transferred through work. Now, which among these statements are we referring to? A. Conservation of energy. B. Conservation of mass. C. Mass energy equivalence. Or is it D. Mechanical equivalent? You may now answer the question. Pause this video if you need more time. Are you done? Let us now proceed to item number 2. Heat engines have different efficiencies. And in the discovery of the diesel engine in the early 19th century, there were drastic changes in the industry of transportation and power generation that is still felt up to today. Who among the following scientists owns the patent and for the diesel, actually parang mali yun, who owns the patent for the diesel engine? Okay, so is it A. Count Rumford, B. Hero of Alexandria, C. James Prescott Joule, or is it D. Christian Carl Diesel? Pause this video if you need more time. Are you done? Let us now proceed to question number 3. There are different kinds of fossil fuels available in the market today, but not as much as those in the early 19th century. So mas konti yung options natin before. When the diesel engine was first made to work, which among the following was used to fuel it up? A. Ethanol. B. Gasoline. C. Peanut oil. D. Diesel gas. Pause this video if you need more time. Are you done? Let us proceed to question number 4. As a branch of physics, which among the following is the topic in focus of thermodynamics? A. The mechanical energy of heated bodies. B. The physical effects of temperature change. C. The measurement of thermal energy quantities. D. The conversion of thermal energy into other forms of energy. Pause this video if you need more time. Are you done? Let us now proceed to item number 5, the last item for this summative assessment. In the principles of electrical energy generation and of thermodynamics itself, which among the following forms of energy is considered to be a waste? A. Heat. B. Solar. C. Chemical. D. Electrical. Pause this video if you need more time. Are you done? Finalize your answers. Let us now check your work. For item number 1, there is a great similarity between the first law of thermodynamics and one of the following options in terms of their statement on how energy is neither created nor destroyed, as it can be transformed from one form to another or can be transferred through work. The correct answer is A. Conservation of energy. For item number 2, heat engines have different efficiencies, and in the discovery of the diesel engine in the early 19th century, there were drastic changes in the industry of transportation and power generation that is still felt up to today. Who among the following scientists owns the patent for the diesel engine? The correct answer is D. Rudolf Christian Carl Diesel. Let us proceed to item number 3. There are different kinds of fossil fuels available in the market today, but not as much as those in the early 19th century. When the diesel engine was first made to work, which among the following was used to fuel it up? The correct answer is C. Peanut oil. Let us now proceed to item number 4. As a branch of physics, Which among the following is the topic and focus of thermodynamics? The correct answer is D. Conversion of thermal energy into other forms of energy. Let us now proceed to the last item in this summative assessment, item number 5. In the principles of electrical energy generation and of thermodynamics itself, which among the following forms of energy is considered to be a waste? The correct answer is A. Heat. Count the number of correct answers. I hope that you got the perfect score this time. I hope. And then please indicate your score on the upper right hand corner of your answer sheet. Alright. That ends our book number 23. And actually, book number 23 is the second to the last book in Physics 9. In this session, we were capable of finishing the following parts. The first one is a discussion under associate on pyroelectric nanogenerators. And then the second part naman is a multiple choice summative assessment under communicate about the principles of heat and work. So, I am with hope that at this point, you are capable of constructing a model to demonstrate that heat can do work, and that you can now infer as well that heat transfer can be used to do work, and that work involves the release of heat. It is also with high hopes that you should be capable of explaining why machines are never 100% efficient, and that you can also prove your competency for that last one through solving problems related to thermal efficiency. You will see all of these parts again on the 7E based self-learning module in Science 9, which I wrote in Unit 4, book number 23, pages 18 to 19. This has been Sir CJ, and I hope that I will continue seeing you up to the last book in Physics 9. Have a good day.